Prosperity, and also a team leader of the People Power Youth Wing. First and foremost, I want to thank you for always keeping the struggle alive. You know, I know the last time you must have heard about Zake. It was the time of Arua when we were brutalized, when we were tortured. But because of the fight you put up, it's the reason as why we are here, the reason as why we are living. Thank you very much. You guys in the diaspora, we are very proud of you. Ugandans are very proud of you back home because you showed them what to do. You always show them the way. So please continue doing that. For us, we are doing what we are able to do in Uganda, and I think you can see where we have put the government on tension, and really they are feeling the heat. So I want to assure you that we shall not stop. We shall continue doing what we are good at in resisting, so that in the end, by 2021, we are able to have a free Uganda. I want to thank you so much, and also to let you know that in 2021, we are ready. Our principal is ready to contest for the slot of the president, the top seat of the country, to make sure that we free ourselves. I want to thank you guys. Thank you so much. I want to thank you. People power, our power, people power.
Thank you. Another round of applause for the brother. He's being very modest, but he, together with Brother Bobi Wine and others, are survivors. When he mentioned Arua, for some of you who are not familiar with it, that is when they had gone to campaign for an opposition candidate in a by-election for open parliamentary seat in August. And what happened? The dictator realized that his candidate was going to lose, judging by the size of people coming out to their rallies. So what does he do? He instigates violence. He was the target of a possible assassination. His friend and driver was shot and killed, and he had been sitting on the passenger side, meaning those bullets were intended for Bobi Wine. They were viciously beaten, tortured. He was missing for days. And I submit then and today that he's here today because nobody was willing to carry out that order to eliminate him. I really believe that's what the dictator intended. But he failed. And he's emerged, both of them much stronger. And it's important for us all to show up so that the dictator knows that they have global support, well-wishers to Uganda, and of course the Uganda diaspora. But once again, as I said, tonight is their evening. Give them one more round of applause. Now I invite my good brother and New York's chief troublemaker, Lawrence.
People power,
our power,
our power,
people power.
Say it with some energy. People power,
our power,
our power,
people power.
All right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to today's meet and greet. I want to start off by welcoming my brother Nubian Lee, who is with us.
People power.
Now you can put the face to the voice. And my brother, whom I haven't seen in 24 years, Chairman Nyanzi. I have my brother Lewis David.
People power.
That's the operations officer. Everything runs on his clock. I want to also introduce a very important person. when it comes to matters of people power, he is my boss, Mr. Karimu Ntambi.
People power, 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 people power.
Karimu Ntambi and the lady Arawa Amenyi are the diaspora coordinators for people power. And when we say diaspora, we mean the entire diaspora, US and beyond. My brothers and sisters, we are gathered here today for a very important noble cause. To oil the machine of change. For me, that's the purpose why we are gathered here. So that we make the machine move without clicking or squeaking. So, my duty here today is two things. One, to introduce Bobi Wine, who needs basically no introduction, but to tell you that today we are going to ask you to contribute towards a project, to contribute funds which go towards helping the people who are being tortured by the Karas regime of Yoweri Museveni. The money we are collecting is not Bobi Wine's money. Our power.
People power.
Our power. I have heard that saying, we are giving Bobi Wine money. No, we are not giving Bobi Wine money. We are getting a fund together for ourselves so that we can help our brothers and sisters who are being tortured by the Museveni regime. That's a major, major thing that we must do. The people we have here who are coming from Uganda, they were basically given their all. So we gotta give some. Okay? We must give some so that we cause the change we want in Uganda. The government in Uganda has pillaged, pirated, and raped our country. We must move in to stop it. If you look at the recent news writings, last week we had a headline that said 80% of primary school graduates don't make it to high school. They don't talk about how many make it to the university level. So where does the 80% go? Those are things we must change, and change for the better, that our country is on a proper way we need it to be. Uganda is such a country endowed with so much talent, so much wealth, but because we have people in power who are thieves by nature. Okay? Yeah, people say, why do you call them thieves by nature? You just need to read Janet Museveni's autobiography on page 53. She writes straight out there that I admired Museveni because he was a milk thief. And he didn't only steal milk, but he stole condolence milk meant for a funeral. So these are the people we have in the power. And we don't need them to continue being in place. We must work very hard and make them cease to be factors in our lives. And the channel, the way to do it is through Bobi Wine. The other day I told people in Boston that if Uganda was a bottle of champagne and you wanted to get the champagne, you aim for the cork. You take the cork off, you can imbibe the champagne. If you don't take the cocoa out, you can't have the champagne. So Museveni is the champagne. We gotta go after that cork and get access to the goodness that Uganda holds. So, today, before we leave here, we need your contribution. We need you to be wholly involved. This is your movement. This is not Bobi Wine's movement. This is Uganda's movement to cause change. We must all reach across, work together as one entity, because our enemy is one, and we must do that. I have to say this in the end, before I call Bobi Wine. There is a problem. The Museveni regime has agents that pretend to be part of the opposition, that are driving out messages, trying to divide us and make us seem as if we are fighting each other. Not at all. We are one. We must continue to be that one singular force, aiming for one purpose: change Uganda for the better. That having been said, I have the wonderful honor to introduce to you Honorable Robert Sentamu Kyagulanyi, commonly known as Bobi Wine, the man who say Chalenga. Bobi Wine.
Thank you. When the battle is over, we will wear the victor's crown. We shall wear the victor's crown. We shall wear the victor's crown. When the struggle is over, we shall wear the victor's crown. We shall rejoice in the new Uganda. One more time. When the struggle is over, we shall wear the victor's crown. We shall wear the victor's crown. We shall wear the victor's crown. When the struggle is over, we shall wear the victor's crown. We shall rejoice in a new Uganda. People power! Our power! People power! People power! Our power! Our power! People power! Thank you very much. You may take your seat. A good evening, brothers and sisters. Sisters and brothers, a good evening. Good evening! Yeah, I'm very, very glad to be with you this evening. I must say, I'm supposed to be exhausted, but of course it's been a long day. In fact, it's been a long week. Actually, it's been a long month, if not a long year. But we are here anyway, and I'm energized by finding you here. I know New York is a very, very busy place. So to have you, ladies and gentlemen, to have your time, we don't take it for granted. We don't take it for granted at all. My brother Chiwa has already recognized the presence of Nubian Lee, the presence of brother Nyanzi, the presence of brother Karim, the presence of brother David Lewis, and our brother Semakula. What can I say? I'm looking at people I respect so much. Ladies and gentlemen, we come from Uganda, and I know most of the people here I'm addressing are well aware of what's going on in Uganda. I cannot even start lecturing you about the situation in Uganda. I am looking at people like Ellen Epstein, people I respect so much, whose works have opened my eyes about my own country. I'm looking at people like Sarah, people that have dedicated so much time and affection to our country. I'm in the same space with Professor Ali Mahdi. What more can I say when I'm in the same space with Dr. Otto? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking to people that are knowledgeable. Just by the mere fact that you guys live in New York, I cannot start, lecturing you about Uganda. However, allow me to present the Uganda I live in to you through the ghettos of the ghetto, through the life, the eyes of the ghetto youth. In the same spirit, ladies and gentlemen, because my brother Chiwa is representing so much of the astute politicians, allow me in just a few minutes to invite my brother and co-performer Nubian Lee to just have a few words with you. Come on, Nubian. I know you always have something to say to the people of Uganda, especially in the diaspora.
Thank you, my president. People power. Our power. Our power. People power. Olutalo ngaluende, tuliyambale ngule, tuliyambale ngule, tuliyambale ngule. Olutalo ngaluende, tuliyambale ngule, tulivimba mu Uganda. Thank you, my president. Thank you, all of you, for being here, for sparing your time and coming here, not to party, not to sing, but to talk about the future of Uganda. Like they say, when we don't have a vision, we are going to be a community that will perish. And it's true indeed. Whatever is happening in Uganda, everyone is leaving Uganda, simply because the environment there is not conducive for anyone. We do not, everybody who has an ability to do something, the environment is not conducive. We have people who graduated, but they cannot utilize their abilities in Uganda simply because we have been governed by a leadership that is rotten from head to the root. And the only way we can change the governance of our country is by raising awareness, awakening the people to have more concern about the governance of their country. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here and this is the future. The future is bright for Uganda. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate the diaspora. You've done so much work and we ask you to do more. How? We have the social media. Like you know, social media connects the world and Uganda has become part of that global village. So we can use the social media to expose whatever violence, violation of the human rights and all the injustices that happen in our country. Let's share that. If we expose whatever goes on, we will not be isolated. Yes, it's a global village, and for so many of you, you live in the US and you pay a tax. We have a situation where our own leaders cannot go to the medical facilities back home because they know they cannot work for them. They travel all the way to the US to get medical attention. Please, you have a responsibility to protest about that. Let them go to the same hospitals. Yeah. You have a responsibility. You pay your tax and they want to come and get free treatment in the US. We never get that back home. The situation is so bad. Ladies and gentlemen, Uganda is our home and we don't have another home. But we are united, like they say, the people united can never be defeated. And the battle must be won. For sure, the battle must be won. And we use whatever platform we have to fight this war. We are using music, we are using the social media. And with those few words, like they say, music is a weapon. We shall overcome, we shall overcome, we shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. People power, our power, our power, people power. The battle must be won. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Nubian. That's my brother from another mother. He comes from Arua, but together we connect our generation musically. Ladies and gentlemen, I was moved to invite Nubian Lee to share with us, not anybody else. Why? Because it is important for us to assert it and to remind each other that this is not about politics as usual. We are not here as politicians because you guys are not going to vote anyway.
Now we are going to vote.
No, we are trying to be realistic. You are supposed to vote, but you are not going to vote.
Why?
You know the situation back at home. We don't pretend about how it is back home. You will forgive me if I'm being too real, but that's where we are. So I am talking to you, ladies and gentlemen, not even as a member of parliament. No, I'm talking to you as a Ugandan, as an artist who is not allowed to do his job. So our coming here is out of desperation, ladies and gentlemen. The last time we came to the United States, we had come to sing. I mean, we used to come, sing, enjoy in New York, go to the Walk of Fame, have fun with our friends, get drunk, I mean, celebrate and go back home. But today, we come to the US, spend all days moving up and down because we are desperate. Because we are trying to do something to change our plight back home. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we talk to you as Ugandans, and while we are talking to you, look at yourself as any other ordinary Ugandan. We are stuck in a country that is squeezing life out of us and out of our people. However, like I told you, I was personally exhausted, but it was extremely important to connect with you, ladies and gentlemen, because you guys are the cream of our population. Every Ugandan living in New York, in my opinion, is equal to 100, if not 1,000 Ugandans. You shape opinion. You sponsor people back home. But most importantly, your actions and your words are very, very important because they change a lot of things back home. That's why we come to you, to have a chat about our country. You all know that I cannot talk to fellow Ugandans to this number back home. This already would be illegal. Museveni has made it illegal for us to talk to people, and me in particular. You all know I'm the artist whose music cannot play on radio or TV. I'm the artist who cannot stage a show in my own country. And yes, after the police telling so many ridiculous lies, President Museveni recently came out and said he cannot allow me to perform because I came to America and exposed the government excesses back home. That's where we are, ladies and gentlemen. There's so much to talk about our country, but like I always say, today we don't want to be wailing. Today it shouldn't be lamentation. Today it should be a moment of sharing. So we are proposing solutions. First and foremost, for us, we are home because we are stuck there. And we are representing the millions upon millions who were stuck back home. Trust me, if they were lucky enough to leave home, they would. But they cannot. And even you guys who are here, I'm sure you don't enjoy this weather as much as you would have enjoyed home. You're not here because you want to come, do your work, and come back home for holiday. Some of you cannot even dare step in your motherland because your opinions are dangerous to you. Many of you are professionals who cannot be accommodated in Uganda the way it is. So you might either be political refugees or economic refugees. All our intelligent young women and men leave home because our country proves them hopeless. That is where we are. But again, we seek to change it, ladies and gentlemen. And that is why, after all that, after realizing that Museveni has concentrated all the power in his hands, we decided to challenge him. And like I've said it before, I'm telling you, fellow Ugandans in New York, that I am personally running to challenge Museveni for the presidency in 2021. I and my team are not doing this because we are the most experienced people. We are not doing this because we know too much in the army. But we are doing this because we have looked around and there's no hope apart from ourselves. And even those that would have had hoping, they've, more or less betrayed the dreams of the nation. So we are coming together to change things for ourselves. Why are we running, or why am I running? There's so many reasons, but most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, you all know that our nation, which is 57 years old, has never seen a peaceful transition of power. Bombs in, bombs out. Even Museveni himself, who gave us a raw deal, told us he was going to stay for only 4 years and hand over power to civilian leadership. He is 30 years too late. And the generation that is at home says we cannot take that nonsense no more. So we are challenging him. We want to put an end to the dictatorship once and for all. We want to return the rule of law in our country. We want to return respect for human rights. We want every Ugandan to be equal before and under the law. We want to change our education system. You know what our education does? She was already giving us examples. I don't want to delve so much into that. But I mean, talking about education, imagine what has been and continues to happen at Makerere University. The highest institution of learning, where your daughters, your sisters, our sisters, are being raped by the people that we pay to protect them, where our sons, our young brothers are being brutalized for speaking up against injustice, for trying to protect our pockets. I'm sure many of you pay tuition for students out there. But the wife of the president, who is the minister of education, why do I even go there? We want to change our healthcare system. Friends, you know what is happening in our country. Just imagine today, I don't know what time it is, but by the end of today, by the end of every day in Uganda, more than 19 women die giving birth. Every day. They died yesterday, they will die today, or they've already died, they will die tomorrow and the next day. That is how it has been, that is how it is, and that is how it's going to continue to be until we change this nonsense. Talk about children. How many children die? I was on a function sometime, and then there was a plane crash, and the MC pauses and makes a terrible announcement. Plane has gone down. I don't remember which airline it was. Plane has gone down. It's a terrible tragedy has happened. More than 300 people were on board. They've all perished, and everybody was sad, and it was all over the news internationally for more than a month. And I thought to myself, I'm like, actually every day a plane full of Ugandan babies crash. Every day, because we lose more than 300 children. These are things that are changeable. These are things that are shaming us. You know, we pay ministers, we pay very land people to go to conferences and they sign the Abuja Declaration and all these other declarations that propose that a certain part of the budget is supposed to be allocated to health. For us, our money is spent on oppressing our people, brutalizing our people, and killing them. That is where we are. We want to change our agricultural policies to empower our agriculture. It used to be in my own life, I'm not a very old man, but I've ever seen Uganda, you know, in a better state. I've ever seen uneducated men and women from the village educating tens of children out of agriculture. Not anymore. I've ever seen cooperatives working. Not anymore. In a country that is naturally endowed with the most fertile soils, a country that could be the breadbasket of the region, agriculture is dead because Museveni wants to rule over poor people. Agriculture is dead because all the land belongs to very few people. I'm sure the knowledgeable people here know how many miles, tens of miles of land the members of the first family and their hangers-on have at the expense of Ugandans. I'm sure you hear every day the cases of evictions, land grabbing, and all these cases are followed up to the footstep of Museveni's house or some of his family members. Those are realities. Those are things that people fear to talk about back home. But these are realities. And yes, our country is very, very deeply divided. the Museveni regime ensured that they divide us along tribal lines, along religious lines, along class lines, and we need to heal from that. So that and more are the reasons why we are running. We want to save our country and save ourselves. How do we do that? Ladies and gentlemen, we started this initiative about 2 years ago. Our first step was to open the eyes of our people. Because as a matter of fact, so many of our brothers and sisters back home did not actually know that they are slaves in their own home. Our people we succeeded in opening the eyes of the people, because wherever you go in Uganda, our people know that the power is theirs. Our people know that we are living in a kleptocracy. Our people know that it's actually possible to kick Museveni out of power. Our people know they can be empowered. They can be empowered to be making decisions. They can be empowered to make their voice actually matter. What do we next? We have, as you must have seen, identified like-minded people all over the country to be coordinators in every region. And yes, they've assisted us go down, find other coordinators to the constituency level. The work is still ongoing because we are planning to have coordinators not only up to village level, but up to household level. Why are we doing that? Because we want the people themselves to own this, so that if we, the leaders, are arrested or even eliminated, I say that without fear of contradiction, because that is what normally happens in dictatorships. We know that our people will be empowered. And yes, we have seen it in the past. From the election in Chadondo East to the election in Bujiri, Rugunjiri, Jinja, and Arua. That once we get our people empowered, there's so much they can do. So we are at that level. Now we are on this tour in the diaspora to make sure we connect with all the brothers and sisters in the diaspora. Why? You guys are very, very, very important. While you are working so hard, while you are doing what you must do, you must remember that the Museveni dictatorship is the most scared dictatorship in the world today. It is very clear to Museveni that his days are numbered. He has seen what happened in the Gambia with Yahya Jammeh. He has seen what happened in Algeria. And yes, he has smelled what happened in the neighborhood in Sudan. And he knows that he is next. So he has employed every kind of brutality on the people of Uganda. People are being arrested, being tortured, women are being raped, and yes, people are being killed, both in secret and in broad daylight. I have seen with my eyes the police running over a young man on a border, a young man in Luwero called Sekama. It was a police truck, number UP2525, with my own eyes, and I did not have the specs on. I was watching with my clear eyes. They killed him. They continue to kill people. All of you have seen a young man in the news called Ziggy Wine, my fellow artist. He was killed. All of you have seen the military beating up a fellow artist, a young man called Sweet Pepsi. Yeah. He never recovered from his injuries. We buried him 2 weeks ago. That is what is going on in our country. So what can you guys do? Apart from what my brother Nobian was suggesting, you can put up even more pressure. Apart from communicating with the people who I know you have so much control on back home, you can exert pressure here on the leaders here. You know, Uganda is a country that depends so much on foreign aid. America spends, like Professor Animadi said, almost $1 billion on our military. And that foreign aid is actually used to brutalize our people. So you can put pressure on them. This is a country that is governed by the law. This is a country where the voice of the citizens is respected. But again, when you keep silent, it's not going to work. Recently, our brothers and sisters in the diaspora put up so much pressure to the administration in the US to invoke the Magnitsky Act, and yes, the Global Magnitsky worked. You all know that the former police chief, Kale Kaihura, was indicted by the United States. You know that so many people in the regime that have taken part in the abuse of human rights have been denied visa to the United States. And that's just the beginning. You guys can do more. Yeah, so you guys can do more. I mean, you are more knowledgeable about the options. Today, I'm not here to teach you what to do, but to share ideas. While we want to update you on what's going on home, we want to hear from you. We want to also get guidance from you guys, because we're not speaking out of too much experience. We want this to be, you know, about all of us. Let us own this struggle. Because if we do that, ladies and gentlemen, we shall push the regime back home to adhere to the principle of free and fair elections. And if there's a free and fair election, mama. If there's a free and fair election, I can guarantee you that it will be game over for Museveni. We will beat him with an 80% or even a 90%. And guess what? Once that happens, it will not be us, the leadership of the People Power Movement. It will be Ugandans taking their power back. We will have done this as a people. You know, in the past, Museveni has always claimed he liberated us. I'm not here to liberate anybody. I'm here to call upon all of you to liberate ourselves. And once we do it together, not a single man will ever rise and claim our liberation as his own. That means we will have, after kicking out a dictator, we will have built the muscle and the confidence to kick out anybody who will ever dare to misrule us. So, with those few words, brothers and sisters, I'm very glad to be here. I look forward to hear from you. I look forward to taking a few questions from you. And if possible, I would also ask a few questions. I thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for God and my country.
People power. People united.
All right, sister brothers, so we are going to open it up like a town hall, and we'll pose some questions for the Bobi Wine as well as Member of Parliament. And if you want a question for the podium, then Lawrence as well, that's fine. And then Lawrence will come up and tell us how we can make our contributions to support the cause. Before we open it up to the question Q&A, you know, the dictator even banned the wearing of the red beretta. Did you hear that? Yeah. How many people are not aware of that? He actually banned. He said because it's a military symbol. So it's been prohibited in Uganda. I would like to see how he's going to arrest millions of people wearing it. On the other hand, those that may not want to take the risk in Uganda, I have a suggestion for you. I think you should dye your hair red. And then let's see him sending the military out to shave your hair, right? With a knife. All right, so who wants to be first? Who wants to ask first question? Should I nominate you? Should I nominate you? She doesn't have a question. Nominate you?
She has money.
Come on. You guys traveled all the way from the belly of the beast, and you're telling me New Yorkers, you're shy, don't ask me questions. I'll come back to you.
Thank you, Professor Arimadi, and thank you, all of you, for being here. My brother, Bobi Wine, not only just as a brother in Christ, but also as a brother in the clan. I'm very delighted. This makes a beautiful moment. And I just want to ask a few questions, if you don't mind.
Let's try to limit it so we
Yes.
can get as many people.
You have given us a glimpse of what you, as people power, are trying to do to change the government of our country. Many of us would like to read a manifesto of people power. Is there one? If it's there, how can we access it? Or if it is still in the making, looking at the time structure, when is it coming out? Thank you.
Maybe we'll add one more question and then we'll let him respond to two questions at a time, just so we can expedite. I'll come to you.
After brother. And let's try to limit it to one question, please, so we can get as many people as possible.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chaburani and Honorable Zake.
Introduce yourself.
And we welcome you to New York City. I'm Dr. Richard Ebiloto. I live here, but I'm certainly originally from Uganda. And so the struggle we are waging, we have been part of very much. And I'll speak to that later on. But I have a question which may be a comment. My observation is tied to your statement. I speak for a number of people here who are very much interested in seeing a united opposition in Uganda. I know that we have a number of political parties. I know that we have leaders in other political parties. I know that a few people are also interested, but I also know that you have been communicating with some of these leaders. Would you have the liberty, or would you feel any comfort of sharing any challenge or optimism you have in bridging any gaps and coming together as united front as we move forward and closer to the election?
Thank you for the question.
Thank you very much. First of all, I'm very happy to see and hear from Brother Pius. Brother Pius is a very special person to me. The first time I ever stepped in the United States, it was in New York, and I slept at Brother Pius's place. Yeah. That was 14 years ago, and he's still young. It's like only yesterday. So Brother Pius is asking about the manifesto of the People Power Movement. I would say we are developing it, although that is going to be more or less a document. We are involved in a struggle, and our main agenda is to liberate ourselves so that even manifestos can start making sense. Where we are, even a manifesto does not make sense. I mean, Museveni pays people to come up with very nice manifestos, but they are nothing more than the paper on which they are written. So while we are coming up with a very good agenda, a very rich manifesto, our main agenda is to liberate ourselves, to bring back civilian rule, to make leaders truly subordinate to the people, to make them servants, to make the people the bosses. That is our main agenda. There, every policy that we propose will be subjected to the acceptance or rejection of the people. Today, we have no right to accept or reject a policy. Museveni will come today and say he's taxing he's taxing social media, and we have no right to say anything. We cannot even protest. So that is our position, sir. Dr. Auto was asking about our how far he wants to be updated on how far we have reached with the idea of a united opposition. We strongly believe in a united opposition. We know that we cannot do it alone. There are so many people that have been struggling. There are so many people that have so much rich experience that we can benefit from as a nation. We know we have leaders like Dr. Kizza Besigye, we have leaders like Robert Mao, like Mujisha Muntu, and very many unknown other leaders that we are calling upon to come together. And that explains why the People Power movement is actually not a political party. We really know how and where to register political parties from. But we know that the cheap fights that have been going on over which political party is dominant have cost us so much. So we decided that the People Power movement is going to be a unifying factor, a unifying platform for all change-seeking forces. We are in advanced stages with our other comrades in the struggle to come together. And we believe that we'll come together, even if we fail to come together 100%, at least we shall have a substantial number of leaders and formations that will come together. But I must say this, that while we deal with the leaders and the politicians, the most important target are the people of Uganda. Because we have tried in the past to come together and unity failed. But unity has never failed within the people of Uganda. Once they are empowered, they always know what to decide. So we are empowering the people of Uganda and reminding them that we are only leaders who can go wrong. But why? Once they are empowered, then they can even defy us, even myself, and come together as them. So while we are pushing so hard for us to come together, we know that the people of Uganda have already united and they are way ahead of us. Thank you.
Very good. So we'll take a few more questions. Sister had her hand, and then we'll come to you.
Identify yourself if you don't mind, and then.
My name is Susan Barbara Namugere Sovani. My question, I have two questions. One is, what are the measures that you are really taking in looking at the previous Museveni's operations, whereby he has rigged elections, he has locked up people who are presumed to be the winners under house arrest, and going ahead with the swearing in when the contention of the votes is still in the process. My other thing is that a lot of us would like to really donate on a continuous basis on the conveniences of our homes. How can one really donate? Where can we refer people to make their donations? And some also have suggestions to make.
Thank you for your question, sister.
It's an honor to be able to address you. My name is Kazembe Batts. I'm an American African born in Brooklyn. My question to you is, while you're here in the United States, have you had the chance to dialogue with any elected officials who you talked to about cutting some of that aid that the U.S. gives to Uganda? And also, have you had a chance to dialogue with other young adult leaders such as Julius Malema of South Africa in particular, or Maurice Ware in Nigeria?
Thank you for your question, Rob. Brother Bobi Wine will now answer those two questions, and then we'll continue.
Thank you, brother. I had to listen both with my ears and eyes because of the accent. I hear you, bro. First of all, my sister was asking about the concern. She has a concern about the rigging and the brutalization, because she probably knows those are Museveni's tools. We have been seeing what Museveni has done in the past, and we've studied it. We know that Museveni rigs elections. But again, I'll give an example. I'm a boxer, and I know that even when you go into a boxing ring, well knowing that you are sparring with a young brother of the referee, and the referee is not going to be, fair. The idea is actually to knock out your opponent. So we are calling upon Ugandans to register massively so we can knock down the dictator. This we've tried before, and it has actually worked. Overwhelmed. But that's not enough also. While we want to overwhelm the dictatorship with a huge number of votes that they cannot rig, we want to sensitize our people to actually be ready to guard their vote. Our people are going to cast their vote, and they're going to remain on the polling stations all over the country until the counting is done. This, we've tried it in 5 constituencies, and it worked. So it can also work. However, because I'm in the diaspora, I must also say this. You probably came in late, but I know that if you guys do your part and remind your leaders here, the very people that are having, diplomatic relationships with Uganda, and make sure that they fix their eyes on Uganda, and you demand for a free and fair election, I'm sure the dictatorship is going to be put on the spot. So while we do our part, we must also do our part. Thereby, we'll be able to win. You asked about funding us. I did not in my talk talk about the need for assistance. We need it. Friends, we don't work anymore. I'm just an example, but I'm not the only one who's targeted. Our businesses are closed. We cannot be allowed to operate. We cannot be allowed to do anything that earns us money. That is a move to coerce, to make us bow down to pressure. So, who do we rely on? You guys. We are not going to go to any other government, because this is not their struggle. This is our struggle. This is your struggle. So we come to you, not only for money, but for any other kind of assistance. And in the same spirit, to go to the people of Uganda, we go up to the level of asking for food from them. And those people have been very, very generous. My children feed, the children of my friends feed, because our people understand the struggle that we are involved in, and they know that we must do this together. They cover the gap for us. So friends, whenever you can, we are not shy to tell you that we need your assistance. We are soldiers, and we need you to watch our back as we song Ambele. Brother Chiwanuka, and actually we have our diaspora coordinator, Brother Karim, maybe guide us on how we can do it. Yeah. My brother asked me if we have spoken to any elected leaders. Well, sure, we have. We've been in Washington, and we were there the other time. I will not break down the people that we've spoken to, but we've made sure we speak to the people that matter, and we leave the job of following up to you guys, because in this struggle you are just as important as we are and as responsible as we are. And we request that we connect, all of us. We hear from each other. We have a team in the diaspora that you can relate with, so that we can all, do our small parts as might be required. You also asked if we are in touch with other leaders on the continent. Leaders like Julius Malema, like Showore Omoyele from Nigeria, like Brother Nelson Chamisa, and others. Yes, we are. This is not just about Uganda. It's an African thing. It's a generational fight. And Africa cannot be free in bits. If one part of Africa is not free, the whole of Africa is not free. So we are going to liberate bit by bit by bit by bit until the whole island is free. Thank you.
So, sisters and brothers, we want to leave some time, obviously, for some of the team members to explain how you can make their contributions. So for that reason, with your permission, I will take maybe just 2 more questions. And then I think Brother Bobi Wine said he may also want to ask a question. And then we'll have Brother Lawrence take over and explain in terms of how you can make your contributions. And also, let me remind you that we have T-shirts over there. Our T-shirts, I think those are for $20. And please feel free to buy one of the T-shirts. And whatever money that we get will also be going to the same pool to support the people that are being brutalized in Uganda. So I noticed the mix has been mostly brothers asking questions. So I'm going to let the 2 sisters ask questions. But brother, since I promised you, if you could keep your question just short, and then I'll hand it over to the 2 sisters. Thank you. And let me add something. The dictator has claimed that it was Bobi Wine who's affected investors from going to Uganda. Think about that. This is a man whose name was all over the newspapers saying he accepted a bribe of $1 million and shared it with his foreign minister, Kutesa. Don't you think investors would think twice about investing after reading that kind of information? And yet he goes about and blames Bobi Wine. That's nonsense.
People power.
Our power.
People power.
Our power.
Someone my name is Uthman Kiku Muntagosas. I'm not good at speech.
A question.
Yes. My words are come to give confidence to this Tanzania. Please, we have confidence in you. You said about the elections, how they are tampered with, but please, and please, the confidence we have in you, either the elections are tampered with or not, please enter the State House. We must enter the State House before 21 or 2021. Try any ways and enter the State House. I dedicate you a song for thank you very much. I'm good at singing. Mr. Nobiani will sing it for you. Freedom Fighter also had a poem one time, but he's in the diaspora trying to send a message to his people back in the ghetto. Please, Bobi Wine, we trust you.
turned us down.
But the brother made a good observation, actually. Bobi Wine has declared himself a candidate. He's going to be a candidate. It doesn't automatically mean that the dictator has to be a candidate as well. So he's making a good point.
And then for yourself, quick question. Thank you.
My name is Linda Kazere. It's an honor to speak with you. My question, I think, has been answered in a way. You had mentioned that you don't intend to organize as a political party. The feeling among some of my peers is that FDC, which was previously the biggest opposition, is not always or exactly in favor of the people power movement. When you come together with the opposition, and perhaps the feeling is that they don't want you as the head of as a lead candidate for the opposition, would you still run as an independent, or is there a chance that someone else would lead and people power would be with them? Yeah,
This is behind you.
Hi, my name is Shavira Lokamwa. My question, perhaps to the entire panel, is as I've been following the people power movement, I've been seeing that a lot of the people who are at the forefront or involved are men. And I guess my question is, of course, you opened up by saying, for example, how female students are not here in the great, and there's this fear that women may have in terms of really putting themselves out there and perhaps joining or being at the front line. So I just wanted to perhaps just hear how women have been involved and any challenges that are presented to them as they're involved in people power and maybe in leadership.
Okay, you get the last question.
People power.
Our power.
Our power.
People power.
Thanks so much, Mr. Bobi. By the way, I'm not surprised what I'm doing. I've been listening to your song since I was in high school, and I'm not surprised, seriously. But my simple question is, how are you going to deal with the hypocrites within people power? Thanks so much.
All right, so Brother Bobi Wine will now answer the question. As I said, afterwards I will invite Brother Lawrence to tell us how we can make our contributions to support the cause.
Sure, my sister is concerned. She seems to suggest that our brothers and sisters in the FDC don't want us. I'm not very sure about that. But she's asking whether or not I'm going to run as an independent candidate, or whether or not if we have an alternative candidate, we shall back anybody. First and foremost, people power is not a political party. It's an idea around which we coalesce. This idea emanates from Article 1 of our Constitution, which is to the effect that power belongs to the people. All power belongs to the people. So that explains why we have members of the FDC, the DP, and even the NRM in our leadership, because it's not a political party, it's a platform that unifies all of us. But again, I want to assert it that this is not about me as a person. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Friends, I'm here because the Baganda say, what is that? I don't know if, can you help me?
By the time you decide to talk to a crazy person, you are desperately no good people to discuss with.
Thank you very much. I've said it before that I don't look at myself as the most qualified person. But I come to represent the millions upon millions of people of Uganda that are like me, that have been kept on the periphery, that have been marginalized, and yet we are as entitled to this country as those that we think are supposed to govern us. And yes, those that we thought were the ones supposed to govern us have more or less, betrayed us. They've either worked with the dictatorship or they are elusive. They are more comfortable in their shells. They don't want to risk their lives. They don't want to risk their property. They don't want to risk their positions and their statuses. And that's why we are here. And by us coming and, inspiring so many other people in the same walk of life to join us is reason enough for us to be confident. And that's why we are running. Of course, we encourage other people to join us. And yes, the Ugandans are going to make a decision, them as them. I've said it before that we are working day and night on our unification. But most importantly, we're working as the unity of the people of Uganda. Another sister asked about the involvement of women. Although on this table is only men, I must say that we take recognition of the importance and indeed the power of women. Sankara told us very many years ago that a revolution that has no women is dead at birth. We know that. We have a very strong women movement back home, which is led by our sister Flavia Kalore. The head of the diaspora team is a woman. Her name is Arao. The head of the European team is a woman called Belinda. And yes, there are so many powerful women that we're working with. Of course, we know the challenges involved, especially with women. Museveni's regime is targeting women so much, and it's targeting destroying their dignity. It is attacking their dignity as women, well knowing that it scares off so many women. Recently, our sister Zulaika Nalukenge was abducted by unknown people and despicable things happened to her. However, we are glad to inform you that our women are strong and resolved and they are not giving up. Finally, I'm sorry. My brother asked how we're going to deal with the hypocrites. First of all, it is not upon us to say this one is a hypocrite and this one is not. It is upon the population. And like we've been saying before, you will see them by their actions. Thank you.
People power? Our power?
People power.
Thank you so much, Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, Bobi Wine. Now this is the moment. Okay? We have heard from him. He has said his piece. We have to do our part. Okay? So this is how it's going to be. When Arawa men decided to do the poster for this function, he said a meet and a greet. And unlike the NRM people, when we promise, we meet our promises. So you are going to meet and greet. Okay? So this is how it's going to happen. We are going to go in line. You come, you say hi to Honorable Kyagulanyi. In the process, Joseph will be standing to the side with a basket. You throw something in there. You can also make a promise. And also we have a cash app that can be used. Let me try to find the number. The cash app is cash app PP. Am I right? It's cash app PP. And the number is 85771944551. And I repeat, 85771944551. 451. Those of you who are broadcasting live, please make sure the people on the other side get that number who are not here, and they send whatever they have. Now, this is the issue. Also, we are going to make arrangements, and that's why we really are interested in making sure that everyone who is here signs in, leaves us their email. We are creating a portal for donations. And once that is ready, an email will come to you, a text message will come to you, where you can make a weekly, monthly, one-time $1 million, what a wonderful thing, and we will all be going. So, this is Joseph Senyonyo. He is a wonderful son of a bishop, so your money is in safe hands. Okay? All right, so, how do we start this? If there is a volunteer who has a contribution, who wants to lead, please lead. But I will start from this side, and people will move it. Yes.
I want to lead. I have a confirmation.
All right, Auntie Jackie, we call Jackie Auntie because she's always the one who sits us down when we are going crazy. So she has contribution from her friends. She crossed the river from New Jersey to come to be with us here. So thank you so much. So in the interest of time, let's run this very quickly because we have about 23 minutes and we don't want to ask for another Kisanja and extend our time in this location. Okay? So please, yeah. We start here. Right. Come on. Let's line up and do it, and the people can go back to their seats. Come on, let's go. Do the wonderful thing from the other side. Yeah. Let's do this. Okay? You make your contribution. This is your seed for the betterment of Uganda. This is what you need to do. Okay? The people in Uganda give it all. When I'm talking to some people, I tell them Bobi Wine resurrected. Auntie Jackie has something to say. Can you listen? Somebody can take off the music. We got the music in the background.
I have $700 from 3 friends of mine and okay, it's a contribution towards Uganda. It's not towards the cause, but it's towards the campaign. Olutalo luwete suliyambale ngule suliyambale ngule suliyambale ngule olutalo luwete suliyambale ngule sulizimba mu Uganda bya suliyambala suliyambala engoye masa masa olutalo ngaluwete suliyambale ngule sulizimba mu Uganda bya
Thank you, thank you. Let's move it, let's do it. Get into your wallets, okay? You can tell your wallet, you can go on diet and help out. Yeah. So you can cash up, it works good. And we are setting a system, please make sure you all sign in. There is a card going around whereby you can sign in. And we make sure that we reach out. We do this for Uganda. We're doing this, all of us. This is not about Bobi Wine. This is about Uganda. This is about all of us. Making sure that democracy takes a route in Uganda and that we live in a country that we can fully enjoy. And it's very important that we put in our peace. As Bobi Wine said, this is our struggle. We have to make sure that this struggle is not hijacked by individuals. When you contribute, you are buying to the struggle. This is your investment. You are buying shares into making that Uganda is free. Let's go. All right, we also have t-shirts out here, okay? Your money, the money you spend on a t-shirt goes towards the same, yeah. If you're buying a t-shirt, you put the money in the same bag. Let's move this fast. We say it's a meet and a greet. Let this happen. Let's move this because time is really against us. Let's move faster, let's move faster. So that we ensure that we all get a chance to meet and greet. Let's keep on moving, let's keep moving. Yeah. Yeah. Look at the basket, look something. Yeah. Let's move. Thank you. Shafiq. Time. And the t-shirts. Let's look at the t-shirts. Let's do what we have to do. Those who are standing here, you're blocking the camera. If you can move all the way towards the other side. Let's keep moving. Yeah. Come on, let's keep on moving. We need to move this. You see here, we have our brothers from Zimbabwe, they are with us. They are also in the same struggle. Thank you so much. Something in the basket as we move along. We appreciate it. Thank you, this contribution. This is your investment. You are buying stock in the future of Uganda. So please make it with one heart, one soul, one mind, for one nation, for a wonderful country. Concerning the factor, the time factor, we should be winding up. So please make your contribution. Give whatever you have. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to hear me out. Please hear me out. Soon you will be getting an email calling you to another gathering for the same purpose. Please show up. Come and join us so that we can plan this and make it grander.
brother Bobi Wine and the People Power Movement are standing on the shoulders of Kwame Nkrumah, standing on the shoulders of Thomas Sankara, standing on the shoulders of Patrice Lumumba. On behalf of the Sankara family, please. More importantly, on behalf of the UNIA, the Marcus Garvey movement, movement dedicated for social justice.
Alright folks, so we are winding down now. Make sure when you leave your all your belongings, you're winding down now. Ladies and gentlemen, we are closing the basket. So if you haven't made a contribution, you know this is the best stock you can buy in the Uganda investment, in the Uganda freedom investment. So we are closing the basket, but thank you so much. And I will read the cash app number again. The cash app number again is 85771944451.
I'll give it to the guy and then put it up.
Thank you, my sister. My name is Benga.
Oh, hi, Benga.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Have a good night.
Just start getting out slowly. Let's stroll out slowly, please.